Game 7 was a movie, bro. A movie. Ant-Man versus the Joker. Ant-Man comes out on top. Denver gone in 7 games. Oh my God. I told y'all basketball is the best time of year. Playoffs is the best time of year. You see why. I'm hyped, and it's not even my team. That was a classic Game 7. Classic. That was an absolute defensive masterclass that the Minnesota Timberwolves performed in the second half, bro. It got me so hyped. I was sitting right here on my bed. I was watching the game, and I was hyped. I started sweating, bro. My face was dripping sweat when Ant-Man hit, crossover and shot 3, missed it, and then Nas Reed came from the baseline because Jamal Murray can't box out and grabbed it, one hand put back slam. I was like, you feel me? And then after Jamal Murray, he's dribbling. Mike Conley comes and said, "Give me that." He said, "Give me that." And then he's dribbling. Nas Reed's cutting to the basket. He sees Ant-Man wide open in the corner. Ant-Man grabs it, takes one dribble, shoots it, splash. You kidding me? In a row. Denver goes down by 10 with like a couple minutes left. They go on to lose the series. Whew. I'm out of breath right now. God damn. That got me so hyped. I said going into this series, this was gonna be the best playoff series out of any of the series that happens in these 2024 playoffs. It did not disappoint. Minnesota lost 3 straight. They were down 3-2. They go and win game 6 by 45 points. And then go on game 7, down 58-38. 58-38 in the beginning of the third quarter. And then go on a crazy run. Crazy run. I told you, defensive masterclass. This team is led by their defense, not their offense. They led by their defense, bro. In the first half, Rudy Gobert wasn't playing well. They were double teaming Anthony Edwards every time he touched the ball. No matter what. Whether it was off pick and roll, whether he was ISOing, they was not letting him beat them. Denver Nuggets said, somebody else has to beat us. Somebody else has to beat us. And then Anthony Edwards, in the third quarter, hits 2 straight buckets as they're cutting into the lead. Karl-Anthony Towns, who, although he was in foul trouble again, played a really, really good game. Rudy Gobert, who in the first half was not playing good. People were calling for him to get benched. People were saying he has to get benched. He can't be in the game. But one important thing that Rudy Gobert did was he got the Timberwolves into the bonus very early on in the third and fourth quarter because of how dominant he was in rebounding the basketball. That was all Rudy. That was all Rudy. They say he needs to be benched. He didn't get benched. Mike Conley, the savvy veteran, the guy who's been here a long time. First and foremost, congratulations, Mike Conley, on winning your first Game 7 in your career at 36 years old. And he's always the stabilizing force. He's always the calm one. I think even Michael Porter Jr., he had a big 3 to tie the game. His only 3 of the game. He had a big 3 to tie the game at like 72. And Mike Conley, right after, hit like a contested 3. Shot clock is going down. And that was a big shot for them. Big shot. Karl-Anthony Towns in the fourth quarter picks up his 5th foul. Slapping down at Jokic in the fourth quarter. Nas Reed comes in. Nas Reed has played the best defense of his career this series. He blocked Jokic. Jokic was out there looking tired, bro. You got to credit Towns and Gobert and Nas Reed for getting him tired, bro. He looked flat on some of his shots. I know he hit a couple threes, but he was like 2 for 10 from 3 overall in the entire game. They tired him out. I think that's a reason why Rudy Gobert was able to get the rebounds that he was able to get, because Jokic's timing was off. He didn't have the lift in order to collect those rebounds. We know how dominant of a rebounder he is, but Rudy Gobert is too. You feel me? He is too. That was a game, bro. That was a game. I love game sevens for stuff like this, even if it's not my team. I just want to see good competitive basketball. That's what we saw. Congrats to the Minnesota Timberwolves, man. Down 20 points in the third quarter. End up coming back. Even with Anthony Edwards shooting 6 for 24. I still thought he played a pretty good game. People might get on his behind because he was 6 for 24. Like, that was as good of a 6 for 24 game as you can ever have. He still had 7 assists, 1 turnover, 6 rebounds, still playing elite level defense. I can't ask more from him besides big more shots. And if he's not going to make more shots, then somebody else will. That's where Karl-Anthony Towns came in. That's where Jaden McDaniels came in. Anthony Edwards, after the game, said, Jaden McDaniels gets the game ball. You know why? Because he plays on both ends of the floor. If he gives you anything offensively, it's a plus. You know he's going to give it to you on a defensive end. Can he take 10 to 12 shots and can he give you 16 to 20 points? And he did that in game 6. He did that today in game 7 or yesterday in game 7. He's been really, really good, bro. Man, shout out to Minnesota, bro. 20 years ago, that's the last time they made this deep into the playoffs when KG, who was his birthday yesterday, isn't that a crazy birthday gift? To have your team that you got that drafted you win and go back to the conference finals for the first time since you did it in 2004, beating the Sacramento Kings in 7 games. Man, Minnesota's here, bro. They're a young team with a mix of veterans, but they're here. They're an elite team. They beat the damn Denver Nuggets, bro. I thought Denver was going to the finals. I don't like to pick like very early on in the season. I usually like to pick in playoff times because you never know. The story of this entire postseason has been injuries. I gotta sit down. I'm tired. Whew. The story of this entire postseason has been injuries. Jimmy Butler injured. Damian Lillard injured. Giannis injured. Joel Embiid injured. We'll get to the Knicks because basically our whole team is injured. Right? Everybody's injured. And then Donovan Mitchell injured. Right? And you have the healthy teams like Minnesota and Indiana and Boston, besides Porzingis, obviously, and even Denver, Dallas, all these teams. You need a little luck. We could have a Denver talk after the playoffs and all that. They got some extensions to consider. Aaron Gordon will be up for an extension. Jamal Murray will be. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope has a player option. I'm assuming they want to re-sign him. He, out of the 4 or the 5 guys in the starting lineup, is probably the most replaceable. Because I know Michael Porter Jr., he didn't have a good series. He didn't. But where are you going to get someone who's 6'10" and can shoot that well? I feel like I'm sweating. Where are you going to get that? You're not going to get that anywhere. So he might be the most replaceable. I still think, maybe you try to bring KCP back. If you can't upgrade that position, of course, try. But I don't know if you're going to get someone better than KCP. I know a lot of teams will love KCP. Typical 3-and-D guy. And he didn't play well these playoffs either. He didn't shoot that well in these playoffs either. But his defense was definitely pretty good. For the Knicks and the Pacers, I was excited for that one. Game 7 in New York. I'm in New York. Would have been cool to see, but the Knicks disappointed. Again, it sucks. Injuries really, really suck. But it is a part of the game at the same time. Unfortunately, Jalen Brunson I believe it was the third quarter, ended up fracturing his hand when trying to swipe down on Halliburton. Halliburton got a fast break layup off a turnover, fractured his hand. He didn't return. Obviously, Josh Hart was dealing with the abdominal stuff. You had OG Anunoby who tried to come back, but obviously just didn't look good. Like, it's crazy how he even was able to make 2 shots. Like, that's how crazy it is that he was playing. Like, he had very little lift. He couldn't run. They tried. They tried to have him play. He couldn't play. The hamstring was too messed up. Obviously, they're without Randall and without Robinson and Bogdanovich. Like, it sucks, but at least I want to congratulate the Pacers because they put on an offensive masterpiece. Yeah, yesterday afternoon, they shot almost 80% from the field in the first half. They literally could not miss. Halliburton had 14 points in the first quarter. Pascal Siakam couldn't miss. He had 20 points in the entire game, but he had 15 of them in the first half. TJ McConnell comes off the bench and can't, like, bro, is he like the best mid-range scorer in the NBA? Is he? Is he the best mid-range scorer in the NBA? Is he in the class of Shea and Durant and TJ McConnell? Is it those three? Are those the three best mid-range scorers in the NBA? Because it seems like it. And he don't miss from 8 to 15 feet. And he gets there pretty easily. You set him a screen and he's going to slither his way to his area and get another fly, bro. Just ruining my video. But he can get to any of his spots, not even as a guy who's like not looked at as an elite player. Like he does a pretty good job of getting into open space. He also had pretty good job. I think he had 6 assists that game. He was passing very well. Aaron Nesmith. I don't even remember if Aaron Nesmith missed a shot because there was at one point in the third quarter. After a left-handed layup, he was 7 for 7 from the field. Miles Turner has turned into a very good offensive player. He came in as a defensive first guy, and 9 years now in the NBA, the longest tenured guy on the Indiana Pacers, the guy who's been in a lot of trade talks. For him to be like he's like, I don't think there should be any more Miles Turner trade talk for the next few years. He's been very, very good for them. And I also thought he's been very good defensively throughout this series as well. They were an offensive juggernaut last afternoon. Halliburton hit what? I think 6 threes or 8 threes as a total. They're going on to the Eastern Conference Finals. They'll play Boston tomorrow. Dallas and the Minnesota Timberwolves will play each other on Wednesday. What a fantastic season for all 4 of these teams. I know we're gonna say, listen, I understand. I see the Boston, haters and the Boston supporters on Twitter and stuff like that. I'm in tune with the Twitter space a little bit, but you gotta give them credit. They were an offensive machine. I think they might have been the best offensive team in the NBA history. I know it's a cupcake. The East is easy. As a Heat fan, I'm looking. I'm like, bro, we could have been in the Eastern Conference Finals. If Indiana can make it, why can't we make it? But of course, we have to choke. Boston also finished the season as the second best rated defense. So sometimes in both game 2s in their first round and second round series, they look like they forgot how to play Boston Celtics style basketball. But it's still, I still expect Boston to go to the finals. For Minnesota, Dallas, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. That's an elite offense versus an elite defense. And I think Minnesota probably will be favored. They have home court advantage, and they're coming off beating the damn champions, of course. So it's going to be tough. I probably will be leaning Minnesota too, but Dallas could win, bro. They really can. They've been playing really good defense all series long, all playoffs long. I already shouted them out for it last game. Luka has played well. Kyrie didn't even have a big scoring series, so I mean Anthony Edwards probably will Anthony Edwards would probably be guarding him because Jaden McDaniels will probably be on Luka. So it's gonna be tough. Anthony Edwards put Jamal Murray in a straitjacket for most of the series. It's gonna be a tough matchup. It should be some fun hoops on both sides. The West is tough, bro. You have the defending champions out in the second round, which is, by the way, like I think the 6th year in a row where the champions don't make it past the second round the next year. So it's just a testament to how tough the Western Conference is, man. It really is. because the West is not gonna get any easier. It's gonna get harder. The Lakers are still gonna try to compete because they'll have LeBron. They're gonna try to trade for a third star, whether it's Donovan Mitchell, Trae Young, Dejounte Murray, somebody. They're gonna try to get somebody. Phoenix, I don't think is going anywhere. We'll see if they could make a roster because they have so much money on the books already with their 3 stars. Memphis will come back, and they're gonna come back with a vengeance for sure. Houston is a young team. They didn't make the playoffs, but this is the most success they've had in since the James Harden era. They're not gonna go anywhere either. They're not trying to tank. So it's gonna be really hard. Every year in the West, you're gonna have teams get eliminated early, and you'll be like, they got eliminated early. You know what I'm saying? That's the nature of the NBA right now. The East is so easy. That's the reason. That's a part of the reason why Boston is able to cruise to the Eastern Conference Finals for the 6th time in 8 years, because it's so easy in the East. It's so easy. There's no competition. There's no competition. Okay, but the West is really tough, and that's why you gotta credit Minnesota. That's why you gotta credit Dallas. The both of them making the Western Conference Finals, being the last 2 teams standing in a conference where most of the best teams in the NBA are, is a testament to both those teams. So we'll see. Conference finals start today. No, not today. Start tomorrow. For the East. Wednesday for the West. We got all rookies team came out today. All defense team comes out tomorrow. Wednesday you got the all NBA teams. But that's it for me today. Wow. I gave some energy. I gave some energy. Yeah, that's why y'all should like, comment, and subscribe. You feel me? Like, if I see that you guys are supporting me, I could put in more effort. You feel me? I could put in much more effort. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Of course, do all the like, comment, subscribing. Y'all already know what to do. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.